audio is not working.
Scheiße.
I can see it now.
I'm halfway to an inspiration.
Okay. This should be easy to fix, though.
Ayo?
Cha. This one?
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Okay, so Discord's working. My mic's working. Where? Hold on. I'm gonna hit you guys with the studio mode. Hi, chat. We're gonna start in a second.
Hello.
I was unprepared. This audio. Okay, yeah. I'm not crazy. It actually just deleted itself.
Huh.
Deleted?
Yeah, OBS be doing some fucky wucky shit again here lately.
OBS just had an update, so.
Fuck you, OBS. Jesus. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Okay, let's do this. I should be listening to sounds from here. Audio. Max audio. Here. Audio. Muted audio. Okay, yeah. So we are just needing to listen to audio from here. Where is how do? All right, forget it. I'm gonna recreate the source. I can't be bothered.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live!
What's a stream without a little scuff?
Exactly.
We wouldn't be VTubers if we don't have scuff.
Exactly.
It's part of the charm.
It's a whole package deal, you know?
Yeah.
Last time on Fatness. The party arrived at Fairbank.
We fucked up. Gang.
Get some like reverb.
Insert a mic boom somewhere in there.
Guys, we fucked up. Hold on. Where is my Vine boom?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There it is.
It really does not want to hear the game.
It's okay, we can continue to be silly.
Yeah, it's a part of our job.
I am nothing if not a silly little guy.
We gotta eventually take the time to draw poor Not.
Yeah.
It's not a chibi.
I fully intend on trying to do that as maybe a Christmas present, but that's
Aww.
that's dependent on my energy levels.
It's just so funny just seeing all the normal portraits and then
Not.
Not.
It was really
Little
funny.
Asian guy.
It was really funny when there was only four of y'all, and then when I joined and I also have full art, it just made it even funnier.
Yeah. Which is also funny because he is by far the tallest person in the party.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
But he's just a little guy.
It's just a little guy.
It's
Just
the
a little
energy, you know?
guy.
Little guy coded.
He also probably weighs the most now that I think about it.
I mean, you're wearing full plate
Probably.
armor. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking like just normal body weight, not including armor.
Yeah, it's not hard to be lighter than Maroon, to be heavier than Maruna. She's not.
Well, she's made of like what, ceramic and wood.
Yeah.
So I'd bet that she probably weighs at most 70 pounds.
She'd fly if you threw her.
I have her at like 80-ish.
Okay. Not far off.
Yeah.
I'd wager a guess that Noct would probably weigh around, I want to say 250.
Probably way closer to 300 if he's primarily muscle mass too.
Yeah, you're
probably.
A 280.
Nord, I'd imagine, is probably somewhere in the 150 range.
I can
Just
say
a
this because we're
generally
not
healthy level.
actually
Oh,
playing
don't hear
yet.
us.
Thank you for the follow, Salsarito.
right. Yeah.
Hey, that's my friend Salsa. Hi, Salsa.
Eats them. I'm hungry.
Nom.
I could go for some chips and salsa. I'm not
We were
gonna
talking
lie.
about like Chipotle earlier, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
hate Chipotle, but I want a burrito.
I'd like Chipotle.
All right, you heard it here, Salsa. You are now the most wanted person in the chat.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
By popular vote.
It is entirely by the merit of their name, though.
Salsarito. Alright. I'm just gonna try one last thing.
I'm just re-looking at the health bars again, and I'm being reminded of the fact that we got fucked up last session.
We got so fucked.
I'm okay.
I
Yeah,
think
we know.
that's psychic damage. So, I don't like pineapple on pizza, but I'm not gonna start fights over it. It's just not personally for me. But I have just learned that apparently Pizza Hut is selling durian pizza, and that's an abomination.
That's a very specific choice.
That's a bold choice, is what that is.
An incorrect one.
I'm pretty sure they also at one point sold. They did like a vegan pizza, and it had jackfruit on it because jackfruit is known to have like a similar texture to meat.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of vegans use jackfruit in place of like pulled pork.
Yeah.
But at least jackfruit doesn't
1 second.
stink.
Yeah.
Don't stank bad.
I've never actually like had a durian.
I've never had durian or
I've had to go
jackfruit.
to the Asian market and they sell them, and I walked past it and it smells like ass.
Yeah, they don't smell great.
Yeah, I've had jackfruit once. Jackfruit's like alright. It's just alright.
Yeah, I think it's one of those fruits that like can take on the flavor of other things.
Yeah, I've heard like if you like if you treat it like meat and do like barbecue sauce on it and stuff, it
You
really
can marinate it and
it
stuff.
really does the job.
But if I threw a party and asked somebody to bring pizza and they brought a durian pizza, I'd kick them out of my party.
I just realized my exact dynamic with most if.
So then we transition again, and thank you.
Is it
Jesus
working?
Christ, it took a year, but yes, it's working.
Nah, it only
It's
took
okay.
10 minutes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very start of the Anthem Archive stream, and nothing happened
Yeah.
before this.
Die!
We thank you all for your patience.
I want a clip compilation of how frustrated I get when trying to fix things on my own stream.
You're just getting increasingly pissed off.
It's okay. It's okay. We are ready to start. I'm gonna fix this entire move with some D&D.
Yay!
Whoa!
Okay, so I'm gonna give away some inspiration. Very beginning of the game, we made it past the checkpoint to get into Azure territory. This took us to the small hamlet of Fairbank, in which we found them to be in some distress, as we found horrid creatures making their way through and abducting, taking, enchanting. Something was happening to these people. Does anyone want to take a guess at does anyone want to take a guess at how much? This is a fun question. How much combat are we gonna have this session?
0.
Ideally 0.
I'm
But
gonna pick a fight with
realistically-
somebody on purpose.
Realistically, it's probably closer to an hour or two. Knowing how this game has been going.
Noctri rated, hands rated E for everyone.
No combat will happen that we ourselves haven't caused.
Okay. Fantastic. Let's see. We've seen enemies with a bunch of mouths and enemies with a bunch of eyes. What's the next thing you hope never to see a bunch of on an enemy?
I prefer to not see a bunch of mouths.
Mouths.
Yeah.
A bunch of
Teeth.
feet would be a
Oh,
little
yeah,
uncomfortable.
No, I think teeth is worse.
Well, you've been on an Elden Ring kick. You could go with a bunch of fingers.
No, that's fine. I've seen it. I dealt with it.
I hate
Like I
that.
said, toes. Just a bunch of toes everywhere.
Also, why are we giving
By
him
the grace
ideas?
of the two toes.
Why are we gracing this with an answer, actually?
Because you're trying to get some inspiration. Now you either answer or you could not get your inspiration.
Yeah, get creative. We want inspiration.
And you know what? Eyes, mouth, and teeth. All of them. All the above.
No,
Just everything
no,
we
no,
just
Teeth
said.
on the eyes.
I
Fuck the
specifically.
Eyes, but the pupils are replaced by mouths.
teeth. Fuck the
God.
teeth. Fuck the teeth. Fuck the mouths. I just want nothing but tongue.
Ugh.
You would want nothing but tongue.
I just don't want any more mouths. I don't want to have to like stab something and then it eats my dagger. That'd be very rude.
It just starts crunch.
Yeah, like, no,
Licks
it's
your
fine.
You have to throw the whole dagger away if it licks your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can play like a monk against an enemy that's all mouths.
So, all of you are, aberrant hunters through the guild. You know what you have to put up with a lot in this particular territory. You've just entered, you've just been through what you've been through. Does anyone, and I want you to keep your character's thoughts in mind, does anyone have any idea what could possibly be behind what's going on here?
Like the fisherman village specifically?
Aberrations.
Yeah.
Big mouth aberration. Mouth ball.
Ugh.
Fuck it, we ball.
I would like to theorize that a force, perhaps humanoid in nature, wants to manifest aberrations out of the ocean, and so they are stealing eyes from those statues in order to give that power back to the sea and see what monstrosity comes out of it.
I think the sea's haunted.
He's on a.
Cock's gun.
Coxbow.
I do have theories, but keeping Maruna in mind, Maruna has no idea what's going on right now. She's just along for the ride.
Okay.
Yeah, sea's haunted.
Any more answers, just in case?
No, I think those about sum up the
I think
my thoughts.
Cthulhu wants my ass.
Sea's haunted. Vast government conspiracy. I don't know. Those are the
Yep.
three answers.
Alrighty. Well, good thing. You guys are gonna have plenty of time to talk about it, talk about what's happened, talk about, hopefully whatever happened and the repercussions that might come from it, and how you're gonna explain it to the person in charge. But for all of your answers, serious, not so serious, playful, and funny, all of you get an inspiration.
Let's go!
Yay!
Let's fucking go.
God, we need it.
My answer
We
is
do.
Ocean's haunted. Very fact.
Ocean's haunted by aberrations.
Alrighty, but I'm gonna go ahead and get us shifted. You all have made your way back from the beach after settling the few remaining people from the hamlet. They've gone back to their home, settled in. Thankfully enough, they've kind of taken up a pseudo leadership of their own and trying to figure out who's missing, what places are safe, who needs looking after, and you all decide to take rest in one of the few unoccupied buildings, the storehouse that you all had walked by early on in the last session before making your way to the beach. I'm going to bring us in just as you all are arriving to that space. Let me just make sure I've got everything there. There we go. And I'm going to get us transitioned now. I can open up this door behind you too, so you aren't like going, why are we trapped?
Like a bunch of cats just going. "Meow, meow." When you open the door, we
They're
just
barn cats.
stop. We stop and don't do anything.
Okay. So the storehouse itself seems to be in a fairly decent order. You can definitely see it's used communally, so there are things tossed about everywhere. Places where people can sometimes just get a hideaway from normal hamlet chores and the like. But at the very least, it's a roof over your head, ocean, sea in the air, and you all having plenty of wounds to lick.
So the last thing we saw was just whatever the fuck just happened.
Yeah, you heard that we're literally about 30 minutes removed from that.
Cool.
Important question to contextualize that walk back as well. Were the people that we were guiding back to this settlement aware enough of themselves to talk about the barrier and be aware of what Saris did?
If you want, you can try and call out to ask them. But at the very least, for the context of walking back, no one brings up what Saris did. Maybe they were too out of it to even recognize what was going on. It took I won't say a long time, but it took a while for them to come out of their stupor and get enough clarity to actually make the walk back.
Okay, so then Perhaps could I reflavor this instead of asking them directly, more as like an insight check? To gauge if they are especially disturbed or unsettled, or as unsettled as one would expect from, oh my god, I almost just walked into the ocean.
Yeah, give me an insight. We were trying to gauge that.
$17.
All of them seem very unsettled that their lives were unknowingly in danger.
Okay.
I believe I'm going to put on some tea. Would anyone like some?
I wouldn't mind some.
All right. Just give me a few minutes. I'm gonna make my way over to this table and start setting up my stuff.
Gotcha.
I feel as if we should allow ourselves a moment to breathe and then maybe talk about things. If we're gonna be here for a little bit, we should still be mindful of potential dangers.
Yeah. We should rest to the best of our abilities. I don't really have a lot of resources to help us at the moment, but
And she'll pull out her ointment and give Nort a dose.
Oh, thank you, Venari, but you don't really have to.
it's my responsibility to make sure we can all still move.
Fair enough. I've still got my wits about myself with my spells at least, so I can stay awake first while some of you rest.
If you would like, I could take the first watch with you. I don't have to sleep for very long.
Yeah, we can make that work.
When we're out of combat, we can't roll ones for healing, right?
No, you cannot roll ones for healing.
So that's actually 3 higher. That's 14. Looks around anxiously at everyone.
Yeah. After a couple minutes, assuming everyone is kind of like settled down, Maruna would come around with cups of raspberry black tea. For anyone who would like them.
Noct, are you okay?
Just the quiet grunt.
Do you maybe need a moment?
Quiet grunt and a nod. And he will just make his way over here and sit down.
It's kind of what I thought.
She's going to give him a moment.
Okay. Oh, what about everyone else? Saris, what are you up to?
Sarah's is just staring out into the outside.
Okay. You see just, the signs of a hamlet trying to recover. There are lights on in houses that were dark before. You see small plumes of smoke emerge from chimneys on a few of the houses further away. Some people that definitely went into their houses come back out more distressed than before. They all seem to be gathering up into one of the larger homes. It seems a lot of different families are going to be staying the night together.
I'm pretty sure we dealt with the bodies, right? We didn't want them to see it.
Yes.
I think that would have been something we did.
Yeah, it's just there are certain things you couldn't cover up. Blood on the ground, broken furniture.
Yeah.
Seeing that Saris is kind of like on vigilant watch, Marina would come over here. This is a box of like wine bottles and stuff, yeah.
Yes.
I would pick one up and then I would walk over to Saris and just hold it out to her and say, when you close the door, it might be best to put this behind it as an alert if anyone opens it, just in case we miss it.
I'll catch it. But is that a full bottle of wine or an empty bottle of wine?
It's a full bottle of wine.
Saris will take the bottle of wine, take an arrow and uncork it, and then just start drinking from it.
Oh dear.
I do have glasses.
Sarah's alcoholic arc, let's go!
It's gonna be a long night, Nort says, sipping the tea.
It was rather stressful, huh?
Nobody is all too much a fan of having their wits taken from them.
I didn't hurt you all too badly, did I?
No, I don't think so, but, that was some smart thinking on your part.
I had considered doing the same, but I was not very comfortable stabbing you all in the back.
Well, when one runs out of options, you do what you got to, right?
I was gonna say, if a similar situation were ever to arise again, I would not hold it against you if you felt the need to.
I will take that into account.
You all think you'll be okay? I have more medicine if we need it. Or we could try to rest this off.
I would say save it. We can take our time to rest here, be mindful of any consequences that might come knocking, but otherwise I can keep us safe with my dome as needed.
If the people out there will be fine, then I'm sure we will too.
It's honestly the people I'm more worried about.
They have lost their main modicum of protection. It seems like they haven't noticed yet, though.
But once they do, we very well might end up being the first suspects. And so we need to get our story straight in terms of what happened.
What did happen?
Well, far be it from me to tell someone how to do their job, but correct me if I'm at all wrong for assuming this, Saris. You probably sensed something, aberrations about those statues, right?
Monsters. That's all they were. So I took care of it.
And as a result, whatever latent magics those monsters were making up have weakened the barrier.
Taps her chin. Do I know of any sort of, like, protective magics that require, like, aberration parts as components?
Can I also help think on that, considering I specialize in hunting them?
And I specialize in protecting people.
Okay. Can you ask your question again?
Can I think of any, like, magic that requires apparitional parts to cast?
Yeah, go ahead and
That
give
would
me...
be, like, similar to this barrier.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge arcane.
And can I give her help because I specialize in aberrations?
Sure.
Oh boy.
I only have a +3, so it's, you know.
What was actually better than me? I have a +2.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
Let's just both roll.
Got it. Hopefully it actually works this time.
Oh,
No, you didn't need it.
other than that 20.
At least when it comes to the application of magic, you can think of a few things. Aberrant creatures in general are usually things that are brought into being by twisting the very fabric of magic, or by contorting it with malicious means. But that in and of itself is just something that allows it to tap into basically to tap into the weave itself and act as power that just manifests. Someone, if with the right means, could take the usual magic that would come from an aberrant source and use it like a battery. This could be used for, keeping an object going, focusing on a spell, the same way that spell components are consumed by magic.
So aberrations are so unworldly that they're juiced up.
Essentially.
Yeah, so it's not the aberration that's doing the spell, it's the aberration that was providing the latent magic for a spell that someone else had already set up.
Basically.
Got it.
So someone must have put those there deliberately. Quite odd, but I suppose if aberrations are really common in the area, they're actually a really good energy source then, huh?
No.
In theory, they would be.
Well, not them themselves, but, their parts. Like use like components. Although the thought of harvesting parts is a little concerning.
I was going to say, it does raise the question of if this is being done wide scale, is it something that is being done because of the natural abundance of aberrations in the area, or is it being brought about deliberately so they would have constant fuel for the barrier?
Never mind the fact that the additional surplus of eyeballs that we were fighting against all attempted to wade back into the ocean, save for the ones that you destroyed, Ceres, and the one that you and I captured, Aruna. It raises the question of if they were going to naturally gravitate back towards the barrier and the statues they were made for, or if there's something in the ocean that's trying to collect them.
It does seem like there is a much bigger picture that we're currently not seeing.
Do you think if we spoke to the person who made the statues, we might be able to get answers?
Possibly, but as to avoid implicating ourselves, I think it would be much safer to say that the eyeballs that have gone missing and thus weakened the barrier might have gotten destroyed in the fray of combat rather than a deliberate effort on some of our parts.
I believe that would be best in our attempt to save the townsfolk. Things may have gotten damaged in the process.
DM,
Yes.
the statues, there are multiple of them.
Yes.
Do we happen to know where another one is? Or rather, would we be able to go look at one on our way to Azure, was it Azure Cross? Azure Coast? Where are we going?
So the particular place of each statue, you're going to Azure Cross, is the name of the capital, but the particular location of all of these statues isn't publicly broadcast. Of course, those in the need to know about them. You couldn't say if you would particularly run into one on your way. It would pull you away from the trek that you are on right now, at least away from the main road that would lead you to Azure Cross. You'd still be heading the right direction, but you'd be out of your way.
Okay.
Follow-up question. Were I to take the eye that I bottled up out of my bag of holding, is it still trying to roll away in a direction?
Have you checked?
I would like to.
Okay. You pull the aberrant eye that you captured. It rattles, banking off of the glass as if it were made out of a harder substance than flesh. But the moment that it's actually out of your bag and you're kind of holding it up, it spins on itself until it's looking at you right in the eyes.
Mildly uncomfortable on account of ordinarily never being able to make eye contact, and yeah, okay, I'm just gonna put that back. I'm gonna put it away.
Okay. You put it away.
I will say, as much as it would be nice to carry that as something for research purposes, it may be in our best interest to abandon it sooner rather than later.
I hesitate abandoning it only for the fact that if it were to get out, I feel like it's intelligent enough to perhaps cause problems.
It's also proof the monster existed. Without it, we don't really have anything. All the townspeople were out of their minds. They don't remember anything. So
And
it's
all
just a
the
word of
other
legend.
bodies dissolved.
The only thing we have is the sucked up bodies and whatever is left of the monsters, which just doesn't exist.
My only worry would be, like, I'm aware of certain magics that can find objects across great distance.
Well, I do believe if it's kept in a bag of holding, it's technically in a little
It's in a
pocket dimension, which you can't really track.
Ah,
Because most locating magics only work on the material plane.
I'd only taken it out for just a second there because I wanted to see if it was still trying to roll back to its point of origin.
It also doesn't look like it needs oxygen.
As to be expected of an aberration.
Ugh.
Disturbing little thing, really.
But really, we're kinda left with more questions than answers, huh?
Unfortunately.
Sorry about that.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm gonna go check on Noct.
All right.
Feel free, and we should probably try and rest up soon. That includes you too, Saris.
Once everything calms down outside and I see everyone going to bed, I'll just close the door.
Okay. I will say that it takes about an hour before you stop seeing people regularly making their way outside. A few of the houses definitely still have their lights on. But other than that, it's quiet outside now.
Yeah, I'll just close the door and let us deal with whatever.
Peeks around the crate.
Noct, are you alright?
Grunts. Just.
Oh dear. Did your throat get messed up in combat?
He flinches when you get close.
Takes a step back.
I'm sorry.
It is all right.
That's a relief. So your throat's alright? Are you alright?
I do not know how to answer that question. Just the dull magenta, pair of magenta glows from the helmet.
Would you like me to leave you alone?
Above board, I know that Venari saw Noct's face. I don't know if he knows, so he's gonna roll insight real quick. 14.
She seems concerned. Take that how you will.
If it is any comfort, I can be gone by morning if need be.
Why would that be comforting? I only wish for you to be okay. I do not know how to process this. Is there some reason that you wish to leave?
Kind of just curls up.
I see no reason for you to leave.
It has been before. So
Well?
I had assumed that it would be again.
I think that if we wanted you to leave, we wouldn't have brought you here with us. It would have been much easier to leave you on the beach.
This is true.
Would you... Hmm. Would you prefer I pretend I saw nothing?
I do not know. This is confusing to me.
All right then. Would it make you feel better if I shared something with you?
If you would be comfortable with such.
Venari will pull the glove off of her right hand and then push up her sleeve and then show her palm. She'll hold her palm outward, and in the center of her palm, you'll see a gnarly looking scar in the center where there was definitely a puncture wound at some point. And then you will also see scars going all the way up her forearm, where you can tell she was either tied or cut.
I see. I apologize.
Why are you sorry? You didn't hurt me.
It is unfortunate that it happened.
It is. It is very unfortunate, but we can't choose for these things to happen or not to happen. But I also don't think that these are any reason for me to shy away from people.
Perhaps.
Do you think I should hide?
No.
Do you still wish to hide?
I do not know.
Well, until you do know, do you mind if I stay here with you? Sometimes company is the best form of comfort.
This is permissible.
Alright then. We are all planning on resting for the night. We really have more questions than answers, so there's not too much to discuss.
Very well. I can keep watch so we are not attacked in the night.
I think we're taking turns.
Very well.
Okay. Venari will just sit down where she is, pull out her books, and make herself comfortable.
Kind of clocking it from the other side of the room because I kind of have a line of sight out of here. Maria's just kind of see to Nort. Those two still have a long way to go.
As do most of us.
She'll just give you like a slight nod.
There ain't anybody here without their imperfections, after all.
I would tend to agree.
But that's just all the more reason to look out for each other.
Well said.
That being put, how are you doing after everything?
Oh, well, my joints are a bit stiff, but nothing a little bit of self-maintenance won't fix.
Fair enough. I suppose I'm not sure what else I expected for an answer when, You know what, it would be insensitive of me to say anything more. I'm sorry.
If you would like to say something, I will not take offense to it.
I suppose the best way of putting it is you're the first of your own kind that I've ever seen. At least back in my time, there weren't any people ingenious enough to make life such as yours.
I don't believe that is an insensitive statement at all. We are a bit of a rare breed, especially my design. I think a lot of my kind were made for much more nefarious purposes than I. Weapons of war and destruction more than anything else.
Is that to say that you're one of the more harmless ones of your kind?
I believe that was my original intention, yes. If it's all gone to plan, maybe I'm just like everyone else, but...
I don't know if I would go that far. You've clearly the capability to make your own choices in terms of how you want to proceed with your life, so by that logic, there's got to be some variation.
I would like to think so. I've actually never seen another one of my kind. I've only heard stories, so...
Well, then I suppose it'll be just as fascinating for the both of us if we happen to cross another one.
They can be hard to spot. Does take a little bit of a eye for detail, especially if they're trying to hide.
Noted. You might have an easier time spotting them in that case.
I'm aware of some telltale signs. These are kind of hard to hide, and she would like pull up her hand, and you can see like the joints on her fingers.
I suppose so.
What about you? Are you well, mentally and physically?
Well enough to get into another fight should the need arise, but perhaps just the slightest bit disturbed over having been so easily robbed of my sense of self.
It was sudden. I do not blame you for not having your wits about you at the moment.
It was, but I don't know. Maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part that this is something that wouldn't have happened when I was younger.
Maybe we're both starting to show our age.
At least I'm not the only one anymore.
It is comforting in that way.
That much I can agree with, at least.
It also means that it falls to us to watch over the ones who have seen much less of the world than us.
Well, rest assured, I had every intention of doing that in the first place.
Well, at least you'll have some help now.
And it is help well appreciated. As you can see, my hands are full.
She just kind of gives you a soft smile and nods knowingly. Would you care for another spot of tea?
I would love some.
Just one moment. I love them so much.
Just a couple of old people having a nice, pleasant chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unless anyone else has anything that they want to have discussed tonight, I will say that whether you decide to rest here for the few days that you need in order to get back to full strength, or start the journey again to Azure Cross, you will be able to make strides in such an amount of time that you're able to get back to full health. Unless anyone else has anything else, I'll have you readjust your tokens and we'll move on to our next scene.
Long rest! Wahoo!
Was it technically a long rest?
We are taking a long rest, young man.
I'll take a long rest. Not going out there with a short rest.
You will take a long rest and you will like it.
It's long rest button.
If anything else, it will just give us a couple days to look over the town as well to make sure it stays safe before we head out.
True.
Yeah, make sure we don't have to, like, evacuate the people of this town or anything.
Yeah, so.
While we lingered here, was everything okay?
As you linger, you definitely see more people making their way outside. Things try and pick up as normal as possible, but you could definitely tell that members of the community can feel the loss of their family members very, very deeply. I'll say with your passive insight, Vinara, you're the first one to notice that a few individuals in the town do seem to be a bit more wary of your group, mainly because you just didn't set out immediately, but also just you're the most armed and newest faces in town.
Okay, that's to be expected.
But yeah, outside of that, people are hunting, trading. You even see on the second day, as you're getting most of your strength back, there is even a group of younger men who are prepping, it looks like, to go back onto the water.
So how many days did we stay here in total? Because some things have to be done at dawn.
I'm gonna say that you stayed here for about 2 days. this night into the next day.
Okay, that's max charges back.
Gotcha. Vinara, did you have to roll for a staff, I think?
Yeah, I'm seeing what die size it is.
Is it like a D4 plus 1 or something?
It's a D6 plus 4.
Oh, damn.
Five.
And then you have another day.
Oh, that's fine because that maxes it out actually.
Okay.
I was down to 5 charges.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Out of 10.
So, the town of Fairbank seems to be, at least at the very least, in a recovery process. Are you guys moving on?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do the statue thing, or are we gonna just head to the place? Because there was 2 ideas.
I think it might just be me, but I think maybe the best idea is to wait on doing the statue thing until after we're done.
Yeah,
Asher
Yeah,
Cross.
until we have more information.
Okay.
it's more curiosity on my part.
Yeah, no, I would like to go see the statue, but I think maybe it's best to wait. Because if we are suspected for being at a statue and then we immediately go to another statue, it might not be the best idea.
I just think it's a good idea to keep Saris away from statues in general.
Oh, hush.
Yeah, that too.
I was not expecting the actual reaction of Oha.
Okay. This will be. Yeah, let me just do this. Do that. Alrighty. So, in the midst of your travel, you're able to make your way through the woods, following the main road. You notice that as you get closer to the capital, you definitely see more caravans of trade making their way through, some heading away from the capital, some towards. Eventually you see the massive walls of Azure Cross spring up in the distance. A river flowing through the middle of town marks it out. You see smaller boats making their way down out towards sea. But for now, I will get you all shifted.
I have a question.
Yes.
You keep calling it the capital, but you've also called the city where we came from the capital.
Yes. So to get that cleared up, Evernull is the capital of the duchy. Azure Cross is the capital of the Mistfate territory. Marquis Mistfate is the leader of his own territory underneath the duchy.
Okay.
Micro capital.
Yeah.
I'll refer to it as just the city of Azure Cross from now on.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't forgetting nothing.
I feel like it's the vibe of state capital versus like county capital.
Yeah.
So you'll see, because it's definitely, compared to other cities, it's definitely a lot more bustling compared to others. Mainly because it focuses a lot on trade. But let's get you shifted here. After a bit of wait, in a line formed at one of the many gates leading into the city, you all are finally allowed entrance and greeted by Azure Cross.
Oh my god, a whole city.
Damn, this is
A whole
fucking
actual
big.
city, damn.
This is such a cute map.
This is very cute.
Oh, that's
I love
where we
this.
are.
Yes.
Damn. Oh, I thought we were at the top. Okay.
Well, we're not used to being at the bottom of a map, huh?
Started from the bottom, no way out.
Now, you all would know, just in general, just common knowledge of Azure Cross. Marquis Mistfate lives in a fairly large castle, actually. The main reason it's a castle rather than a manor like most nobles is because you're so close to the coast that when the fighting with the with the Dragonkin to the south was at its most intense. This acted as one of the fortress cities to help keep trade and supply routes active during the war. Not that it isn't just as intense today, but with less fighting making its way to the shore thanks to the barrier, the place acts as more of a lively trade city than anything else, though the capital still stands as a testament to what it was before. Being that, you're here on a mission, that would be your place to go to actually reach Marquis Misfate.
Ah, yes, the barrier. The barrier, the likes of which we haven't compromised at all. The barrier for the Marquis. That barrier.
Marquis barrier.
The Marquis
Marquis barrier.
Can you take some inspiration? I actually really love that.
I will take two. I'll have like the
best
stockpile of
given
the second inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
you're
take a
going to
second
use them,
inspiration.
so...
We definitely use it in this campaign.
Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
The compromised barrier. The barrier for the Marquis.
Egg beater, can I borrow your egg beater? Can I borrow your egg beater?
But yeah, making your way into the city, you definitely notice there are many different streets and alleyways, some just wide enough for maybe a few people to make their way down, some side streets hiding hidden shops and small holes in the wall where people find the small things in life, while some act as larger streets. Several rows of carts make their way through, navigating to warehouses or shops. You can hear the sound of rushing water as boats offload and unload cargo to be carried up or downstream. All the while, people move about their life. You wouldn't think that anything was happening in any far-off village with the happy faces being pushed around in the midst of what seems to be a prosperous time.
So, clarifying question for map exploration reasons.
Uh-huh.
In what section of this city map is the Marquis' castle, you said it was?
I believe it's in the very center up here, yeah.
I would assume.
Yep. So you'll notice, at least from the actual map itself, there are several buildings that obviously don't look like the others. They're to point out specific sections inside of the map. The Marquis is in the middle. You'll notice towards the opposite exit that you came in is a fairly big church. This is, though there are many places of worship in this city, this is the biggest one. It's actually made to account for many different deities who might need a place of worship in and of themselves. Another thing that you notice just in the midst of walking around, there are several guard stations, and beyond that, as many guards as you see inside of the city, you see an equal number, if not a greater number, of these orange-suited mercenaries making their way through.
Walks close to everyone else when we see them.
Yeah, like, I'm assuming we just form a protective circle around Venari.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Venari is so excited, like, looking around the city. She's so enamored by all of the different shops and stuff, but whenever she sees a flash of orange, she just, like, flinches behind one of you.
No.
Since that is the way that you're traveling, unless you all are looking to do anything in particular before you head to the Marquis estate, I will just start you on your way there.
We're gonna be passing by like some of the port, right? Like where they're offloading cargo.
Yes.
Can I just listen out for any tales like that, like word of mouth about like something similar that may have happened to people? Like they saw something in the water, or they heard something, or they heard rumors and stuff.
Tales of a million eyes.
I would probably do the same thing. I would be keeping my ear out.
Okay. So you
Rather than keeping an ear out, I want to keep an eye out for any signs of like hardship that the people might be just trying to shoulder, but not, vocalize.
Okay. Everyone who's trying to keep an ear or an eye out, then go ahead and give me perception checks.
Oh shit.
I was gonna say I'll just give you yours with advantage, hero, but I think you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine the same thing as Nort.
Yeah, sure.
No.
3.
Stuck in his helmet.
Okay.
It's okay.
So
I go to do the same thing as Nort, see the orange.
No.
Oh, 32 is my favorite number.
So with that,
That's it.
32.
Saris, you listen out and you hear. Let me just shift you guys over here. I'm gonna say that you guys are around here in the city. It's all right, chat. I got you. I got you. There we go. Saris, you hear rumors about whether you hear rumors about strange things happening in the villages up and down the sea. Everyone is prosperous in the territory. Everyone has money to spend. But everywhere they go, everyone is making sure to lock their doors behind them. Even the tightest communities seem to lock up without a peep in the middle of the night. They haven't noticed anything in particular about why they're doing it. No one wants to discuss anything. Everyone's happy to trade, and it's not that the people are rude or anything. They're always happy to open up their doors, discuss, and partake in just being a part of the community, but nobody wants to talk about whatever it is that's making them afraid at night. It's gotten to the point to where a lot of the people that you hear on the docks talk very often about where they want to hold up for the night or where they want to bunker down once it starts to hit sunset. A lot of these people are very experienced
Seafarers?
like seafarers, but they don't risk going out on the boat anywhere close to dusk.
Is it just the sailors, or is it like the normal people too? Because you said that like everyone seems to be like in high spirits and stuff.
Yeah, it seems like the normal people too. Everyone seems super happy. And that's another thing. You notice a very, very low account of like the destitute. There doesn't seem to be a slums to this place at all. You can definitely tell older buildings as you're walking by, built more towards the outside of town before making their way in or building up the walls, but nobody seems destitute. These places all seem like they have newer features built onto their buildings, buildings being built back up. Nobody seems to be in disrepair.
But people do seem to be anxious about going out at night. It's interesting.
So, okay.
Nort, you were... I've forgotten your question.
Keeping an eye out for any sort of hardships that people may have been like holding on to or, dealing with, but not talking about.
Cool. I addressed that. You see none.
Yeah. Okay.
And I do have one more thing, if you would like me to re-roll for it, because it is kind of a simple thing. I also do want to be keeping an eye out for any notable shops, because Maruna has a lot of money to spend.
I won't say you have to re-roll. You don't see any that are as namely as the ones that are actually in the capital for the duchy, but you do see the occasional the occasional apothecary, weapon shop, armors, tailors. There's one that says it deals in magic trinkets. You're not sure how much variety that you'll see there, but at the very least, for the adventurer or mercenary or someone just dealing with something where magic could be convenient, there seems to be a place in town for it.
Okay. Yep. Not right now, but for later. Good to know.
Okay. So you all start north through the districts of the town, or through the districts of the city, to get to the Mist Fates estate. And it's at this time that I'm going to shift us maps.
How many
Can I
maps
add
you got, bro?
I was just gonna say, can I add in the tiniest bit of flavor before we actually properly enter this guy's castle?
Sure.
Before we actually go in properly, Nort, with a gleeful amount of pride, is going to cast prestidigitation on each and every one of us to make us, air quotes, presentable a la the cleaning feature.
Okay. Keep that in mind. That's not the map that we're going to right now.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Well, we look nice anyways.
And let's see. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so making your way through. Making your way through. Everything seems to be fairly fine. Venari, can I have a perception check from you?
Okay. $20.
20.
Oh boy, this is a map.
This looks like a battle map.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, no combat this session.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything, except for you saw someone. Someone that you recognize. Can I have...
One of these things is not like the other.
You are making your way through with your party. They've definitely have moved to just make sure that you're out of harm's way, and you, just like them, are vigilant and looking for how the people are doing, the situation and rumors surrounding this place, and more so just taking in the sights of a new city. And that is when you see a familiar face. One that you were hoping to never have to see again. Someone that seems to have seen you just as you've seen them. And I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Our favorite part of the session, everybody.
The trauma roll.
I typically have advantage on these. Is that still okay?
Yes.
Is that not
Yeah, sure.
okay? We take those 15.
15. I need you to
Not-
roll a
not my
d6
greatest.
for me.
Oh no!
Oh god.
5.
Okay. You've locked eyes. You've locked eyes, and they seem just as shocked as you are. You immediately feel a cold sweat break out onto you, and as much as you want to defend yourself, run away, find a way to get out of the situation, you freeze. Nor you stumble just a bit, wondering why Venari's footsteps have completely stopped. Maruna, you're the first to notice that Venari isn't keeping pace with you anymore. Venari? The only thing you can hear is Salem in your mind going, you've got to calm down. You've got to breathe. You got to come back down to earth. Don't lose it here. Not in the middle of the street. Not in front of this person.
kind of going into going into there is a problem mode.
Yeah,
Maria's going to try to trace Venari's eye line.
Same.
Yeah, where am I looking? I don't even know where I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume it's one of these three.
So,
Do you need me to roll anything, or do you just want to use your passives?
yeah, I will use your passives. I know I've got Ceres. Can I have your passive perception?
Not good. 10.
10? Okay. Marina, your passive perception?
Considerably better. 15.
15. Okay, cool.
Mine is
with
also
that,
15.
Okay. With the exception of Noct, though it's not hard considering the reaction. All of you trace Venari's line of sight to this man here.
Yep, thought so.
He is he's got a purple cloak back over his shoulders. And he seems to be talking he seemed to have been talking very comfortably with one of the mercenaries walking at his side. Until he's locked eyes with Venari. He's looking past your group. He sees Venari. He freezes. You watch as his hand instinctively moves towards his sword. He seems to take all of you into account as he takes a full step back, and then he looks over at his friend and says something. His friend then quickly turns and walks over to these two mercenaries here, and he turns and starts to move forward as if he's about to dip into this alley here. What are you all doing?
I'm gonna place a hand on Venari, and I'm just gonna ask, do you want to leave?
Okay, so question.
Uh-huh.
You say I recognize him. I have a rough idea, but it could be a couple of things. Is this a person I recognize from the attack on my pilgrimage? Is this a person I remember from the basement I was locked in?
You recognize this person from the basement that you were locked in. They weren't the person particularly doing the harming. In fact, they were one of the people who were in charge of making sure you stayed alive. But in either case, you recognize them because of the many of them that made sure to keep their faces hidden. In what you can only assume was a clumsy mistake, his face mask slipped down, and you got to see his entire appearance.
Okay. In my frozen state, can I talk?
Grab this really quick. That's on the screen. Yes, you can. Though it's a think of it almost like being paralyzed. It's a stuttering, shocked kind of tone.
Okay.
It's not safe here.
Then we will go.
I'll say again, do you want to leave?
Nods.
How fast?
How fast does this person seem to be moving?
If no one makes a move towards him, he looks like he is booking it. He's gonna dip into this alley and completely start away.
I didn't think it was going to be necessary, so I hadn't written it yet. Do you mind if I, before he dips,
Okay.
drop my evil eye on him?
Okay. Let me just grab a stat block so that I know what he's got going on.
Yeah, because I did change one of my curses, and it would be useful in this situation, because I was like, urban environment. But I had not written it yet.
Okay.
So I can change them every long rest. But yeah, I would need a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. We're gonna go.
you said last session, I recognized the uniforms but couldn't quite place from where. I'm figuring I remember from where now, right? Okay.
Let me just grab this.
And if he fails, I'm going to immediately do something else.
Okay.
Get him!
Oh, it's not going to hurt him. It's fine.
I was
I
gonna
could
say,
hurt him.
Hunt him down like a
I
dog.
can get us to him.
I can also, if I think Sarah has a different thing in mind, so I don't think she would cast Hunter's Mark otherwise. Because right now she's just trying to get Venari to get out of here.
Don't worry. I got you.
Yeah. It's like me as a player, I'm just like, catch him, hunt him, chase him. Venari, meanwhile, hide.
All right, so
I want to go fucking Bloodborne on his ass.
let me just do this.
He's got story content. Get him.
What's the DC?
16.
16? He did pass.
I have an idea if you want to come with me, Maruna.
What are we doing?
Oh, dimension door onto the roof of the building he ran
I think
towards.
randomly casting magic in the middle of a crowded street is not the best thing to do.
Yeah, I was doing this because it was subtle.
I'm not doing subtle, but I'm doing fast, and I don't think anyone could explain what they see if it happens.
By all means, go ahead then.
I just asked Venari how fast, and
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to do because it kind of landed on getting that curse off.
Seeing how quickly he seems to be moving, she'll just go fast.
okay. I'm gonna take.
She doesn't know if he's going to come this way or not.
Yeah, we don't know anything, so I'm gonna take Venari, and I'm gonna, for the first time, this is weird, but Saris is gonna turn into. I know it's like I have to turn into the animal, but can I just turn into like a bigger wolf that she can ride? Because I don't want to be a horse.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
You're
just
from
like
a forest that is like full of gloom and unknown things. Who's to say you can't turn into something like that?
Direwolf, baby.
I can't do that per se because it's not a CR thing. But I just want to turn into statistics of a riding horse, so she can like get on and ride, but just is a wolf.
Gotcha.
And then I'm just gonna let Venari get on, and then as soon as that happens, I am just gonna bolt out of here with her.
Sarah's got that dog in her.
She is the dog.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say,
temptation to follow the fucker.
yeah, if no one's taking any more actions, particularly against him, he's going to head down the alleyway.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have the movement speed for a 50? Okay, yeah, you absolutely.
Oh, wait, 60. Sorry.
60. Yeah, you absolutely are able to start clearing down the road. As soon as people see you, they immediately start shifting to get out of your way.
Yeah. And no one can explain anything that they just saw.
Druids exist.
Yeah, 60 feet, and I'll go full dash just far as I can to get her away. But I think I'll stop where we're about to go, just so we have because we have a meeting point in mind, right? We have a destination in mind.
Yeah, you all know where you're
we
going.
want to go to the duchy.
Yeah, so I'll go there.
Not duchy, but
I do want to jump forward.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try one more time to get a curse on him.
All right, so he's moving. He hasn't necessarily seen you all start to make any moves to come towards him, but he's already trying to get away. I'll let you. Well, you know what? We'll do it this way.
Initiative time.
Yeah, we'll step into initiative.
I was gonna say, can I take advantage of the chaos in the crowd to try and get close enough to overhear what these guys are saying?
Or Cyan.
Listen here, you little shit.
Do I need to roll, or am I just out of here with an RA?
I didn't know if you were gonna. Well, actually, if Inari's gonna hop on and you're gonna take your dash action, you're gonna be able to get completely off of the map. So I will remove you guys from this encounter.
If that's what Venari wanted, then yeah.
Get her out. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do some shifting here so I can grab both of you. Boom.
Yeah, Princess Mononoke style on a giant wolf.
Let's
This.
go.
I'm gonna shift this.
I would
here.
like to believe that Cirrus in wolf form is blue.
Yeah, it's like a silver blue,
Hell yeah.
like her hair.
Pretty moon wolf.
Okay. I'm gonna shift you guys back onto the. I'm gonna shift you all back onto the Azure Cross City map, which is that. And
I just want to watch the chaos on this other map.
Yeah.
I just want to watch everybody.
Okay.
If there's like a safe space like under the bridge, I'll go there with her.
Okay.
Well, with everybody in this town's aversion to the river, I think we'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you guys want, I can see about shifting you back over just so that you're able to still see what's going on.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll do that then.
Sits back.
Just put us in like a baby jail or something.
Yeah.
Put us in the cart.
Hey, I can do that.
That's pretty
Let's
funny.
do this so I can see what's going on in this map.
There's so much map encompassed by black.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't see nothing. Yeah.
Yeah,
That works.
All right.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna put this guy onto the turnover.
riding horse play is huge, Cyrus.
I have wild
Thank
shape
you
now.
for getting her out of there.
Yeah.
Fucking clutch as always.
I'm not looking to start a fight. I'm looking to get us more information.
I'm looking to start and end a fight.
I don't think that's a good idea. but-
Enabler.
Okay. So I'm definitely gonna say that in this
Hold me
particular
back.
case, let's do this.
Nort the enabler, but also the moral baby leash to keep you from murdering someone.
Okay. So with that, Noct, you watch as he dips into the alleyway. You see the other three mercenaries seem to be in what seems to be a heated conversation. What are you doing?
Probably, in all honesty, just moving, dashing, and just watching.
Okay. So you're able to move your 60 feet. Nort, we're on to you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Actually, before I came all the way over here, while I'm still over here by Maruna, can I do something a little cheeky?
It depends. What are you doing?
Casting haste on Maruna.
Yes, please.
Okay, sure. That's your action.
That is my action. I have 35 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
You beautiful man.
Yeah, I know. I'd imagine Nort just gives her a pat and says, "Keep up with him."
Do what I can.
And then he's just following after Noct, but this is as far as I can go, so that'll be my turn.
Okay. Maruna, we're on to you.
I have 80 feet of movement without using any action economy. So I'm just going to take my 70. I'll take 70 feet to get here.
Alrighty. Getting there, you can definitely still see the man. He is already dipped past some crates. He's next to some barrels. He looks like he's still moving, and he turns back to look over his shoulder, and he sees you and Noct from where he is.
He's gonna see my purple eye flash again, and I would need a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I'm going to try and curse him.
Ooh. It succeeds.
Okay. With my hasted action, I'm going to actually with if having an action, would you allow me to use a bonus action for something?
Sure.
Or do what I have to? Okay. So with my action, I'm just going to spend it as a bonus action, and I'm going to use my new curse, Curse the Marked. So 2 jinx points. My curse duration is 24 hours, and I always know where he is and how far away he is from me. Okay.
Let's
You're on the same
go. MVP.
That's what we like to see.
MVP behavior.
I thought it would be good in an urban environment.
Alrighty. Are you doing any more pursuing?
I think with my, I guess it'd be my hasted action because I can do a dash, disengage, or whatever. I'm going to choose to dash and take another 40 on top of the 10 that I already had. So I have 50 feet total, and I'm just going to bolt him in this alleyway, getting done what I need to do.
Okay. So is the idea in your movement trying to like cut him off, or are you simply just trying to get out of his line of sight now?
I'm trying to get away from those 3 cards.
Okay.
I have done exactly what I needed to do. I know exactly where this guy is for the next 24 hours, so I do not care about pursuing him anymore.
Okay. With his turn, he is going to continue to move. Two, three. You all watch as he gets, well, knocked. You see as he gets to the end of this alley. Dips behind it and continues moving. You hear the sound of what sounds like maybe like a crashing or a falling of crates, a commotion down in the alleyway. It's fairly loud, but outside of that, he is outside of all of your visions. At the end of his turns, you watch as these 3 guards, or rather these 3 mercenaries, I should say, all 3 of them turn after they finish talking. They bunch up, and they all seem to be moving to try and follow him.
God, if I were playing a more charismatic character, I'd be like, what was that guy steal? What a schizo, right?
What's stopping you from trying?
There we go.
Look at me.
Okay, so they're going to start moving. At this point, before we step into the new initiative, I'm just going to ask, is anyone going to continue to try and pursue him?
I would mostly be hiding, I believe.
You might as well take advantage of the haste while you have it for the next minute, because I'm not going to drop the spell.
Okay.
So follow somebody and just try and listen in on what they're saying.
Yeah, I can keep myself hidden fairly well, so I guess I could. Yeah,
Okay.
having his exact location, I guess I could try to pursue him just with haste. I have at least 80 feet of movement, so I'm sure I can outrun him.
Okay. So, Noct, is the idea to continue pursuing?
I'm gonna look at Nort. You have a good head on your shoulders. What should we do?
I think we should have faith in our new friend. I have given her the means to do what she does best, and we'd want to take advantage of that, wouldn't we?
Do you think she will require reinforcements?
Only if things go sideways.
Looks at you.
Shrugs.
How quiet can you be?
Quieter than you, I'm sure.
I'll motion towards the guards. And we were heading towards the Marquis's place.
Yes.
That was the intention.
You can reinforce Maruna
Can you make some sort of signal across the city if there is more trouble?
Oh, I will make more than a signal if trouble is afoot.
Then if you need it, you are able to call for us. I shall go to the others and make sure that Venari has another to guard her.
Understood.
Good luck.
Yeah, and there's no way Nort's keeping up with Venari, but I think what he's gonna do
Maruna.
is, or Maruna, yes. I think what he's going to do is more so try and tail the guards as stealthily as possible. Or not the guards, but the mercenaries.
Okay. So while I get some things shifted here, Noct, you're removing yourself from the scene and going to join up with Venari and Zeris. Noct,
Sorry?
you're removing yourself from the scene and going to join up with Venari and Zeris.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so
I think that's strategically the best option.
okay, so what I'm going to do is shift you here. We know that you're eventually
Yep.
going to make your way back over to them, and then I am going to grab all of you and shift you. Well, you're not involved in the scene. I'm going to shift you here so that you can see what's going on.
Yay! I will
Yay.
mute in the meantime until called upon.
Okay, cool. With that, I will remove them. Nort, we're on to you.
Okay. This isn't going to be anything super dramatic because Nort doesn't have that much in the way of movement, but I just want to make a stealth check to keep tailing the guards on their turn.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll a stealth.
I would like to use one of my inspirations.
Sure. Cool.
I would like to use my second inspiration.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Okay. So what I'll do, just so that you have the ability to follow without issues, I'm going to shift you behind them, and you can take your movement once they've started to move.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. Marina, what are you doing?
I either could take a hostage or just follow. Yeah, I have enough movement to just get right up to him right now if I wanted to. Well, let's just see. Okay, how high are these buildings?
They're about 25 feet up.
And assuming these are like boxes and stuff, how much elevation does that get me?
You see a collection of like crates, wagons, boxes. If you get onto them, they're gonna get you about 6 feet up.
Cool. I'm gonna get right up onto here. It's like 15 feet, 20 feet. Cool. And I'm gonna try to just scale straight up this building.
Okay, so you get a running start and go and try and scale up the building. Give me either an athletics or an acrobatics.
I will take an acrobatics, please. 17.
Okay, so with 17, the running start and using the environment, you're able to get up onto the platform and you're going to land right here. You're on the building's rooftops now.
Perfect. So I have 20 more feet, or I guess I have 60 more feet. So, let's see, 10, 50 feet, 20 feet.
Okay. Maruna, as you get there, you see, well, I guess the first thing you actually do is you hear the sound of music, the sound of cheering. There seems to be something going on in one of these back alleys. The echo of music starts to fill the air, of flute being played. The clanging of metal as people stomp their feet and bash their shields as they move along with the music. You can see down and still see the guy that you're trailing, but there seems to be a lot more going on in this back alley now.
I do see my quarry. I think for now, I would rather just the aggressive action. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll get like right up to here so I can kind of see what's going on.
Okay. When you move up to that edge, can I have you make a stealth check, as there isn't much cover?
I planned on doing this so anyways. 33.
Let's fucking go!
So, on their turn, they are gonna 1, 2. You hear the sound of crashing as he knocks over a set of crates to make his way through what was a blockade in front of him before continuing. And he gets about here, and you hear him shout. "We have trouble! We have trouble!" The music immediately cuts from the back as the flute dies down, and you watch as these three continue to just make their way into the back alleys. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I want to lay this guy out so badly.
Okay. Question.
Yep.
As to maintain my stealth, as I kind of dip into this alleyway, can I use my once per day casting of levitate to just sort of maneuver my way onto a roof as well?
Sure. How high does levitate take you, or is it your movement to include the height of where you're going?
One creature or loose object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. The spell cannot levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds. So yeah, I'm just levitating myself up as close as I can to the roof before I try and climb my way up there.
Okay, so it's not going to be super hard, but I'm still going to require an acrobatics check from you.
More than fine.
Okay, yep. So more than enough for you to be able to, and I'm just going to say that you shift yourself onto the roof here. You can still see out, you can still see the guards as you're trying to chase, and now you've got a much higher vantage point on it.
Yeah, and I think I'll just stop myself right here before I continue, kind of grounding myself on the side of the roof, since levitate is, I believe, a concentration spell. So sorry, Maruna, but I don't think you can be running for a second.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So Maruna's dealing with a round of exhaustion, I think.
Yeah, I'm still
Technically being stunned, but
Stunned.
yeah.
Okay.
which is fine. I don't think I was going to go anywhere anyways. I'm just doing information gathering at this point.
Alrighty. So with that, Nora, I'll allow you to have a bit more movement since you would have inserted your movement behind them from your previous turn.
I appreciate that. In that case then, could I continue making use of levitate to kind of more easily maneuver my way over to this side of the roof?
Sure. It's just standard movement then.
Yeah. I just imagine for Nort, there are very small black and white, like, discs of air that appear at the bottom of his feet as he is walking across literally nothing to get back over to Maruna.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, I hope he's just like walking on air.
Yeah, and then he's just gonna kind of take a similar position to you, stealthing just a little bit further back.
Okay. Well, you've made your stealth check already, so I'm happy for that. Both of you observe as this man moves in with the rest of the group. He moves over. And as he's making his way in, all of the attention seems to have been shifted to him. And you hear a woman's voice as the as the magic that was kind of dancing through her flute leaves her through an exhale, and she goes, "Well, Craven, what's all of this noise about? What trouble are you in?" "Well, listen, we've got to talk. Not here, but I saw someone. It's gonna, if they're here, and listen, it's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble. Can we please go somewhere and talk?" "Right, Craven. All right, boys. Get back to patrol. Make sure everyone is safe. You see anything looking suspicious, you report it in." And all of them say, "Yes, Commander Beguile." And they all start to disperse. You watch as this man walks over to the commander. I'm going to reveal their names for you.
I was gonna say, do these names seem like something that a history check could provide further information on?
Maybe. Go ahead and roll a history check if you want to try and know anything about them.
15.
With a 15, their names don't ring any bells. You can only assume that they're just higher ranked members of the Mercenaries Guild, considering both of them are wearing that stark kind of muted purple in contrast to the orange of most of the normal uniform. But no, they don't ring any bells, really.
Understood.
Okay, so with that, that was Nort. Maruna, are you doing anything with your turn? I know you're under a stunned condition because of that.
Yeah. No, I'm probably just hanging out.
Okay. With that, then, Nort, I'll give you an action to do something, because otherwise, everyone here is going to start to disperse, and these two are going to leave the map.
I think I would just like to be extra careful and make sure that Maruna and myself are properly hidden. So I would like to cast Minor Illusion, if you'll let me, to just sort of dissuade our appearances from the top of the roof.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Yeah, I think we've gotten all the information we need to get, to be totally honest.
Yeah, Nort's more or less just covering our asses until
just survive now.
Yeah, until the stunned effect clears from you, so that we can get out.
Sounds good.
Okay, so just to give you an overview of what you've managed to learn, you followed a reddish brown colored tiefling into a back alley after he was spooked looking at Vinari. He then moves up to a big regiment of mercenary people who seem to have been having a good time with their commander, named Beguile. She's a purple-skinned tiefling who seems to maybe be a bard of some sort with the way that she commands her magic. She wears a purple outfit with gold accents.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. So with that, they start to disperse one by one. They remove themselves, making their way down through the alleyways, going in separate directions to get to different main streets. And then it's not long before you watch as Beguile takes Craven, and both of them walk this way and get off of the map as all of them disperse.
All of them but these guys.
Yeah, they're
Tease.
Alrighty, but with that, are you both going to simply shift to try and catch up with the rest of your group?
Yeah, I think that's the best play for us.
Yes, and I would just like to add, for flavor reasons, not feeling entirely safe knowing these people have dispersed, Nort would suggest we keep to the roof until my Featherfall spell, my Levitate spell is done and over with. Which would be 10 minutes of travel.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, so
I can just hop rooftops, so.
Gotcha. So getting us shifted back here. to move my own vision there. And there we go. It is not long. Venari, Saris, both of you rest near the bank that would lead you across the bridge to the Marquise kind of area where there are like a lot of administration buildings, noble stayings and lodgings, as well as like a lot of high-end shops. Noct is the first one to catch up to you all, and I'll give you all a bit of time before Maruna and Nort are able to reach you.
Okay.
There's just a big wolf just like wrapped around Venari.
I think at this point, Venari has finally worked past her hyperventilating.
Gets on one knee in front of her.
Will you marry me?
Screams, throws self in river.
Perfect time to confess.
Yeah.
Is there anything you need?
She shakes her head.
We will keep you safe.
I'm so confused.
Venari had mentioned her having been taken, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And Saris also was one of the people who found her.
When Saris found her, what kind of state was Venari in, actually?
Not good. Pretty good, it doesn't seem.
I can let Venari tell you.
When you had found Venari, you had found her in a basement in some, like, remote, seemingly, like, abandoned building. And in the basement, it was just there was, like, blood all over the floor, and Venari just tied to a chair in the middle of the room, where she looked like she had probably been there for a very long time. She was very, like skin and bone, and probably very sick. And very, very hurt.
I think at this point, Saris, if Noct is here, it would be best to change back, and she will. And just stay on guard with Venari, and not just.
Noct will very hesitantly, like, open up his arms.
How calmed down, like, have I come out of my anxiety attack? I'm not like
It's
you made
been.
me roll. I don't know if there's a duration or something.
Do I have a duration written down? Give me, because it's been a little bit of time. Give me another wisdom saving throw at advantage.
A 20.
Yeah, you're coming out of it. It's slow, but you're coming out of it.
Hesitantly accepts the hug then.
Just gentle pat.
Don't understand. I thought mercenaries were meant to protect people.
Not always. They simply do what they are paid to do.
Not always.
Slowly stands back up.
We will not let them hurt you.
Nods.
Okay. going to say it's not long after this, about 10 minutes time. You see Maruna and Nort. By this time, you all have taken back down to go through one of the bypass gates for the district. You make your way through, and you're able to find your other party members up by the riverbank near the bridge.
Well, glad am I to see you got her to safety.
It's nothing, I just am very confused right now.
Well, we might have learned a few things that could clear it up, but that's only if we feel that everybody is in a place to listen and take in some potentially unsettling information.
I'm okay.
She's fidgeting a lot with her hands right now.
The good news is that no one, as far as we're aware, attempted to pursue. We do not seem to be in immediate danger, but we should be keeping an eye out.
We'll take this at your pace, Venari, but it is worth saying that it seems as if the... Oopsie, pardon me. I accidentally went over to the notes and my push-to-talk button is going crazy. Sorry.
I just see this anonymous Kiwi in the notes just dot 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 dot.
Me when I dot 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 dot.
Yeah, no, my push-to-talk button is the period button on my numpad. Anyways, it is worth saying that the people who seem to recognize you are established members of the mercenary group in this town. And so we'll want to tread carefully here.
I'm sorry. That man who we saw take off, he was with me in the basement. He made sure that I didn't die. Why is he a mercenary? I don't understand.
Mercenary is not an inherently good occupation.
Everybody has their day jobs. But more than that, he'd made for his commander in a rush to apparently seek to fill her in privately on a, air quotes, urgent matter. I'm assuming that has to do with you.
Her eyes shoot to the ground.
My assumption is that they are not aware that you had ended up living.
I don't know. I would have assumed they would have known that I had left. I don't really remember. A lot of my time there is kind of a blur, but I know that I was left alone for a while, and then you two showed up, but nobody else was around at the time, so I thought maybe they got bored of me and left.
As disturbing as it is to say, they might have gotten what they needed out of you.
I assure you, they did not.
Left you for dead regardless.
Yes, Venari.
Hey, I didn't say anything, right?
No. Despite everything that they tried on you, you kept your mouth closed. That made for a bit more suffering, but was the right thing to do.
Nods. I'm sorry that my presence is going to cause us problems here.
There is nothing to apologize for. Neither we nor you could have known this was going to happen.
If anything serious happens, we can always just go back to the capital. No
If
job is worth the
anything-
risking the safety of you or any of us.
If I may make a suggestion,
As you're talking, she takes off her veil.
if anything that would be considered a dire threat to you were to occur, Venari, I would ask that you use your guild symbol to get back as quickly as possible.
I agree.
We can either follow suit, or one of us will stay behind to make sure that Maruna gets back. But I am in agreement with Saris. No job is worth the risk of your mental health and safety.
Nods. Begrudgingly nods.
It would be best for all of us if you just made sure to keep yourself safe above all else.
Now,
All of us can handle ourselves.
yes. That being said, I do think we should not play our hand too early when speaking with the Marquis of this place. If it's possible that he could be in on the misdeeds of his own mercenary group, then we would want to gauge his reaction seeing you as we talk to him about the job that we are here for.
To add some clarity into the situation, these mercenaries are not his mercenaries. The mercenaries, like the Adventuring Guild, are a duchy-based guild. They run, act underneath the law, and have their own goals. They're just like a service, just like asking for adventurers to come out as.
Good to know. Thank you for the clarification. In which case, Nort would still say, in the event of if he is aware of this guild's misdeeds.
I will say, I do acutely know where our new friend is, roughly for the next 22-ish hours. And assuming that you all would allow me to split off for a bit during the night, as long as they stay in the city, I'm sure I could extend that for quite a bit longer.
I think everything will be fine so long as, he doesn't get close.
I can definitely let you all know if he ends up being close to us.
We just have to be wary of the rest of the company. Saris will take out the other sending stone and give it to Either Varuna or Venari, which would need it more? Varuna's gonna head out on their own, but Venari might need it in case she gets separated.
Maruna probably, because Venari at least has magic she can communicate.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll give it to Varuna.
Yeah, that's fine. She can, if she gets split off, having communication will be nice because she can't handle herself, but just for like meeting up. Thankfully, we are in a rogue's best environment right now.
A city.
Yeah.
Right then. In that case, do we want to take the better part of another 5-10 minutes to center ourselves and decompress before we continue to the marquee?
We can push forward. I'll be fine.
I'll scout out the area ahead, just to make sure. See if there's anyone who matches description on the way.
Please do.
Okay.
I will go and do that.
So, with that, Saris, you take the lead in starting to cross the bridge, and the party follows behind. The district is as I've described. Once you cross onto this more centralized island, you see a lot more higher-end shops, out of just larger buildings for living and staying, a few administration buildings, people can come in and see that things are taken care of, as far as seeing leadership for the city. And further along as you move, you see what seems to be a drawbridge that leads to a smaller, more isolated island. A lot more vegetation grows around it. You see trees. You see another set of large walls that split it off even more so. The kind of fortress castle living up to its name. As the party pulls in behind you, you do make note of, mixed in with what you can only assume is the town guard, or rather the city guard, you see mercenaries still. They seem to, at the very least, this close to the heart of the city, be taking their job fairly serious. You watch as they check in with shops, look down alleyways. A lot of them seem to be taking attention to all of the details around them, including seeing you. None of them make their way over or give you more than a passing glance, but they seem to have taken notice of you as well, and the rest of the party notices the same thing. You do notice none of them seem to make any note of Venari in particular, giving them just as much of attention as the rest of you all. And shortly, you're able to move just past the land bridge, and you watch as a small drawbridge crosses over a small stream of water that separates this into its own true island, and move on to the fortress castle of Azure Cross. And I'm gonna get you guys moved.
Did we pass by any clothing shops on the way? Like nicer clothing shops?
Yes, in this district there are nicer tailor shops.
Could we have stopped by to get Venari some new clothes?
Sure, if that's what you want.
If Venari would.
Yeah, because I had already said that she took off her veil because she didn't want her religious symbol to draw.
Yeah, so like the
Unwanted
moment I saw
attention.
like a nice tailor, I would just like lead him into the shop, try to avoid the eye contact of the guards and stuff.
While we're there, I would also get some nice street clothes.
Okay.
Walking around in a maid outfit.
Hey, I mean, she's gonna continue to do it unless it actually matters.
I feel like it would be in this slightly better moment of levity that Nort would use prestidigitation to clean all of us.
Gotcha. So with that, you can definitely make your way into the shop, and they're happy to help you. Now, because you are in this part of town, the only clothes they really have here are even their normal like streetwear are of a higher make. So you'll have your choice of
Everything has an ascot.
Yeah, it's all fine clothing here. If you want to buy a set of fine clothing for yourself, it'll be 15 gold pieces.
Okay. Done.
I'm actually going to pay for both of us.
Okay.
Maruna's loaded right now, and they need to get rid of it.
I have almost 4,000 gold.
They need to get rid of it now.
I would just like to say, I'd imagine for flavor reasons, while they're clothes shopping, Nort and Noct are just standing by the windows to block line of sight from anybody outside.
Sarah's
All the
waiting for
bouncers
some
right now.
reason, and she just looks like a wild animal.
I feel like, clothing shopping is a nice little distraction from everything. Venori just wipes her mascara, across her face.
Maruna's doing like the Taylor thing where she's kind of testing things up against your arms and like, oh, I think this would look very, very nice on you, Miss Fenari.
I like yellow.
Her mate is are popping in.
I like yellow.
Well, you definitely are able to pick out some separate outfits, and with these fancy clothes on, definitely befitting that of a noble. You look like a young lady being accompanied by maybe the head maid on a day on the town. Completely indistinguishable from what you were wearing before.
Hell yeah. Aside from the lime green in my hair.
Yeah. But what do you do? Now with that, if you all are ready, I'm gonna get us shifted.
Yep. Oh, where is it? There. Oh. Ooh, I like the looks of this map.
Yeah, we're going for something a little different here. Before we get started, though, I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Okay.
Everyone get water.
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 Drink sippies.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to really quickly grab some water.
Water time.
Have we written down anywhere the last name of this marquis?
Yes, it was forever ago. Hold on.
It was like when we first got that job, which is like 4 sessions ago.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I have pulled up my cheat sheet for forms of address to nobility and trying to remember this man's name.
Give me a moment.
Marquis Miss Fate.
Yeah. I was like, it's missed something.
Yeah, Missed Fate. We should like
Okay.
bold and underline names.
So that would...
I eventually need to actually fill out my NPC part of my notes.
Yeah, I started a little bit, but I was just like, oh, I can't do with this.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay, so then he would probably be... Or he would be regarded as either Marquis Misfate or Lord Misfate, I believe?
He is a lord of his own land, so technically, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Just
the
add-
proper title will be Marquis.
Marquis is the title, the form of address would be Lord. Okay. Yeah, I had to pull up a cheat sheet because I'm normally so bad at these things.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello, Maruna is also BRB.
Maruna is back.
Oh, I I spoke too soon.
I
Welcome
literally
back.
just sat down. And to address what you guys were talking about while I was gone, yeah, it would be Lord Misfate for the addressing.
Okay. Are we still waiting on Not?
I'm here.
Ooh, all right.
I've been here.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, you all step through. You can see the small river that kind of travels through, separating the castle fortress away from everything else. The drawbridge, because the city is in such jubilant times, is down, ready to accept guests. I will say that with your passive perceptions, though the walls are high, you can definitely see guards already taking note of you, already taking note of your arrival here.
I think, in addition to a friendly wave up to the guards, Nord would be waving around the guild symbol in his hand.
Okay.
I am sticking to Venari like glue to sell the effect.
Same. I want to appear less threatening by being next to her.
I think you look more threatening by standing next to just like a made-up lady.
Yeah, you do cast a little bit of dissonance next to the noble-looking girl and the maid.
Yeah, if you stood next to stairs,
You're a
you look
guard.
slightly more intimidating than the other lady.
Okay. But when you wave your symbol, Nord, one of the guards from the top of the wall waves you to approach.
I don't know how close I'm expected to approach.
You're expected to go up to the door.
Oh, okay.
All of us are just...
Yeah, all of you.